Hello and welcome to this week's video. Thank you for bearing with me last week. I didn't post a video. Hopefully you didn't miss me too much, but I'm back this week. So I have 3 favorite foundations and they cover stick, spray, and liquid. So all the forms of foundations I'm going to introduce you to, and I'm also going to introduce you to the different consistency of stick, spray, liquid, and see kind of the pros and cons, and maybe you can play with them as well and see if you like a different form. Maybe you're only on liquid and maybe you want to try spray. It's fun to branch out and try new ones. You may surprise yourself. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to take off the foundation that I have on right now and start fresh. Here we are. I'm going to start with my stick. My favorite one is the Makeup Forever HD. And it's just so convenient. That's why I love it. This is what you do. You just swipe it on. I mean, so easy. You can keep it in your makeup bag and it is just extremely easy. A liquid can sometimes spill out and stuff. This doesn't. That's why I love it. Now, my favorite brush. This is amazing. This is the Pro Full Coverage Airbrush 53 by Sephora. And it makes your makeup literally just look airbrushed. That's why I love it. The airbrush brush makes your makeup look airbrushed. Makes sense, right? Okay, so stick. Here we go with stick. It'll be fun to see how they all compare. So here's the first one. This is the stick foundation. Really, the reason I like it so much is it's convenient. I love the coverage. I love the color. I love the lightweight feel. And it's pretty much just perfect for television foundation. 2, the perfect duo, what I use daily to get my TV foundation look. It's what I recommend as number 1. But let's try out the others as well. Okay, so now I'm gonna take off the stick foundation. Okay, so you heard my order. It was stick, spray, liquid. That's in the order of my actual favorites anyway. So we're gonna try the spray next. This is the Dior Airflash. If you haven't heard of this stuff is incredible. It's a spray foundation and it makes you look completely airbrushed when you do it right. But the reason it's not my favorite. Okay, so it probably would be my favorite coverage and just all around my favorite foundation if it weren't for these cons. So when you spray like this, I have very dark eyelashes, very dark eyebrows, and dark hair. So when I do that, it gets white, or the color, the beige, all in my brown areas. And it's really hard to get out and it just doesn't look right. So you really have to use a brush. You kind of have to either spray it on the brush or spray it in small sections, small parts, and brush it in. So a little interesting. Let's get started. I'm just gonna spray a little bit here and just brush up. And it's so light. It is very lightweight, but it's just kind of a pain when you have to do that. But I'm telling you, the finish is truly flawless. Doing it like this, I mean, it's not bad at all, but it just looks so much better when you can actually spray it directly on your face. That's the point of it, the airbrush. So, but it's still an awesome foundation. So if you can get over the fact that you're brushing it on, the finish is just flawless. I really, really love this one. Like I said, it probably would be my favorite if I could some way just spray it on. Now, when I've used this, I go back and forth from foundations, and I think it was in high school or college I was using this, and I would put a shower cap on my hair and spray it that way, and then just kind of brush out my eyelashes and eyebrows. So that's also an alternative if you do want to try to just spray it on. But if I sprayed it on for you right now, everything would just be crazy looking, so I'm not going to go there. Okay, so my favorite liquid is the Double Wear by Estee Lauder. There are so many good liquid foundations out there, really, truly. There are several I could have chosen. This is just one of my favorites. I also love the Dior liquid. I love, let's see, the Infallibles by L'Oreal. I mean, you don't really have to break the bank ever to get a solid foundation. You just have to see what works for you and just test and play out. But this just feels so good on. It's pretty lightweight and it goes well with my skin combination. My skin is really almost dry, so what I've noticed is sometimes my skin, it's so dry, and so I have to quench it with so much moisturizer. And what I've noticed is that sometimes it'll look kind of oily before my newscast. I'm like, what is the deal? And it's because of my sunscreen. I put on sunscreen every morning, and it's like I'm putting powder on to make me look all matte. So that's something to keep in mind as well. But this one plays well with my skin. So I really like it. But again, liquid is just kind of not my favorite right now. I'm into the sprays and the stick, but really you can't go wrong with any of these. They're all win-wins. So this is the Estee Lauder, the basic liquid. Still looks great, right? I mean, they all kind of really look the same. There's not some groundbreaking shocker here. It all kind of looks the same, but I just kind of wanted to compare for you. Do a little foundation test because I had a lot of questions, and so these are my top 3. I use these a lot. A lot of times on the weekends I'll use the Estee Lauder Double Wear because, you know, I'm just wanting something kind of basic and not too heavy or full coverage, and this is a good coverage for just, you know, the weekends or every day. So I thought this was a fun way to show my favorite foundations and the different ones out there. Hopefully it helped. Anyway, have a very Merry Christmas. I can't believe Christmas is just days away. So excited. Christmas is like my favorite holiday ever. So enjoy your Christmas with family and friends. Have a wonderful holiday, and I'll see you next week.